All right, welcome to this week's Football Focus Weekly. I'm the Pet Man, Matt Morrow. You see what we got coming up on the show tonight. We're going to a little different breakdown tonight, but we're excited to start the show with a very talented running back from Pine Lake Prep. His name is Gabe Bolivar, and he's doing some special things on the field this season. Gabe, how you doing, man?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Man, so for those of you watching, you may not be watching it live, you may be watching it in the playback, but if you don't know what this young man's doing, I'm about to tell you. He is fifth in the nation, the whole United States nation in rushing yards per max preps. I mean, it is absolutely incredible that you're doing this, Gabe. And I got to ask you, what has been the key to your success so far this year?
I got to give it to my O line. I got to give it to my coaches. I grew all the way through this program through high school, and I learned how everything works and how to succeed. And I think I played it well, and I put in enough work to get a result like this.
You know, the most impressive thing about that is if when you're fifth in the nation, defenses are lining up to stop you, right?
They are. You get a lot of watch 11 calls.
yeah. So it's incredible that, and I'm glad you shouted out your O line because when you're facing 8-man, 9-man boxes, and everyone's down there trying to slow you down, those guys are just moving them out the way. So
Yes, they are.
that's awesome. Good stuff, man. What has the experience been like playing at Pine Lake for those of watching that may not be familiar, and playing for Coach Trotter?
Yeah. We got moved up to 2A my sophomore year. We still have 1A numbers. We're just really good at other sports, especially like women's sports. But I've done a lot of waiting. We never had a JV team until this past year, and we've only had 3 or 4 game schedules anyway. So it's pretty much only been upperclassmen starting. And last year I had somebody in front of me, so I did a lot of visual learning on the playbook. But it's just a testament for sticking it out. You can be very successful if you just keep paying attention.
Absolutely, man. It's funny. I'll share this. Coach Trotter, told me before the season that he didn't think that the team was going to be that strong, and I said, "Man, why are you lying?" And now, it's bearing out that you're leading a team that is 7-1 on the season, and looking to do some bigger things. What's this team prospects going into the playoffs? How far can this team go?
I think we can go I, I gotta say we can go all the way because I think we can. I think we have the people. I think we have coaches. We have a great new DC coach, Coach King. He does crazy things. He can stop anybody. I think we have a line that can dominate any 2A line in the state, and I think we got good enough play calling coaches to take it as far as we need to take it.
Absolutely. I mean, especially when you get into the playoffs and you have a strong running game, with you and your O line doing really well. When it gets cold and you can run the ball, it makes a big difference, man.
Yes, sir.
That's for sure. Gabe, I've never done this before. I've been doing stuff centered around different things for a long time, and I'm gonna do something live that I've never done before, and I'm gonna tell you that I'm proud to share with you that you've been selected for the Queen City Senior Bowl.
Thank you. Thank you. I
What?
appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, what does that mean to you?
That means a lot. I actually watched some of it last year. I've known about it since my freshman year, and I've always thought I wish that could be me. So it's a, it's a lot.
Well, I definitely think you've earned it, man. Just going back and looking at your film, you're impressive running the football. Um, you've got great character. I know you are a good player off the field as well. Matter of fact, why don't you share with us what is Gabe like off the field?
Ooh, uh, I get my schoolwork done. I take pretty hard classes, so I got some homework sometimes. I lift weights. I got some weights behind me.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
Yeah, my
awesome.
mom's a trainer, so I've always exercised. Hang out with my friends. I'm the craziest regular student.
Well, Gabe, I'm excited to share that news with you here live on Football Focus Weekly. It's greatly deserved, and you guys are doing great things at Pine Lake. And I wish you guys continued success throughout the rest of the season and the playoffs, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys, that was Gabe Bolivar from Pine Lake Prep, doing amazing things on the football field. If you missed the beginning of the interview, I shared that he is fifth in the nation in rushing yards per max preps, and that is an amazing stat. And also the live, introduction to his selection in the Queen City Senior Bowl. We're glad to have him, and glad he's a part of that big game. And we'll talk more about that as the show goes along. But right now, we're going to run our intro. We'll be back in about 2 minutes, and we'll get the show started. I only got one cast member here, so buckle in because I got a lot to say tonight. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be good. Be right back.
Well, rule number one, for as long as I have been able to drive a car, I'm getting pretty old, has been never pass a Bojangles without stopping to get something to eat.
I'm slamming the adult league referee.
God, oh.
Well, dang, I mean, y'all just took my slime, because I was going to slime Coach Dillon. Because let me tell y'all about this cat.
Well, I think I got to go with sliming who's ever running these stupid robo-dollars and group callers.
All right, welcome back to Football Focus Weekly. I'm the Pet Man, Matt Morrow. And once again, we were excited to have Pine Lake running back Gabe Bolivar join us to start the show. If you missed it, he is fifth in the nation in rushing yards. Just an incredible young man. Great talent on the field. And we did a live introduction for him to tell him that he was in the Queen City Senior Bowl, which is very cool. We've never done that before. And that was pretty cool to see his reaction. A couple of comments. Coach Trotter is very excited to have his young man make the Queen City Senior Bowl, and he shared that he's so proud of him. He works hard to get where he is. Humble servant leader, excellent student, and a better young man. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So congrats to Gabe and Pine Lake for that recognition right there. All right, so now we got two guys here, and once again we're playing a little bit with guys on a PTO in the injured list. But first, we got back from a week hiatus, Coach Dub.
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Good.
Hey.
Not in green on, man.
That's the Kelly Green. We got Kelly Green. So, but I want to say something before about Gabe, man. Gabe, I've watched
Yeah.
him grow. Obviously, we compete against him in the conference. I coach against Gabe in football and track. A great kid, man. Just great young man, great person, great human being. So shout out to Gabe. Well deserved.
I forgot to tell you, he's on the East team, by the way. He's not on your team.
Thanks, Pep. Thanks.
My bad.
We're gonna try to work on that though. I'm gonna try to do some convincing. Get Gabe on the side, on the west side.
Oh man. Well, we'll see. And then also here with us is Big Eye Shelby.
What's going on, everyone? What's going on?
How you doing, man? You doing all right?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good. I can hear you. I'm doing good, man.
Oh,
Just
okay.
wrapping up another week of practice, man. Getting ready for JV game tomorrow.
I'm glad y'all didn't move the game, man.
Hey man, ain't no point in moving the game, baby. Ain't nothing but a little rain, man. You can't run from the rain, man.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that in a minute. But no Eagles in your name this week, man. What's wrong?
Oh man, just disappointing in how we played with quarterback, but we 5-1, so it's all right. We'll be back soon.
Front runner, that's okay. That's all right. Okay. Let's see. Summer Blevins, how you doing? Good to see you. Stephanie Reynolds says Gabe's gonna be in the transfer portal. Okay.
Yep.
We'll think about that. Coach Trotter says you're working on a trade, Rob. So
I am.
God, Karen Belk. Hey, there you go. There's your shout
Hey,
out.
Miss Karen, how you doing?
Have y'all met?
I still have not met Miss Bell yet.
Oh man. Gracious, we gotta work that out. Okay. All right. Well, y'all hang tight because we're gonna do Pep Man's Players. It's gonna be fast this week because I got something to say. So Pep Man's Players, as usual, is sponsored by Rock Solid Training. Make sure you contact Kenneth McClamrock for any one-on-one training needs, and he'll get you squared away. Let's get the slide on the screen. And tonight we're gonna feature a lot of Charlotte kids, and I will tell you why in a minute. But last week we covered Lake Norman and Cox Mill, and we did interviews with Trey Seacrest and Ethan Coleman. And they're obvious Pep Man players, what they did. Trey Seacrest had 2 touchdowns in that Cox Mill victory, running hard up the middle a lot. Really physical, was impressed with him. And then Ethan Coleman on the D-line had an interception and several tackles for loss in that Cox Mill victory. Every time, I was doing the highlights, I saw number 45. And I said, dang, who is this guy getting in the backfield every dang on time? And it was him. So it was real impressive, man. And then Jordan Cleese for Cox Mill, of course, he was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He caught a long touchdown catch, actually the first touchdown of the game. That gave Cox Mill a 7-0 lead. It was about 50 yards, showing his great speed and athletic ability. All right, we're highlighting guys from Charlotte on the show tonight, and these are guys that I've watched all year long and I've been impressed with, but I haven't specifically called them out, and I want to do that tonight. So starting with offensive lineman Cleveland Graham from Butler, I think he's got great size and he's athletic and pass protecting at left tackle, and he's also a strong run blocker, about 6'3", 300 pounds. Really good frame, long arms, fits well in the run game, especially. Impressive player. And then Anthony Walker from Huff. He's a 3-down inside linebacker. He snuffs out the run really well, especially the inside running game, but he can run sideline to sideline and make plays. Committed to James Madison. And he's kind of like an unsung hero on that defense when they have so many big names over there at Huff. And he's kind of like the thing that keeps making that thing go in that front seven. Defensive lineman Antoine Johnson from West Charlotte. I think we talked about him on the show, but I never specifically shouted him out. I think he's got a great get off that causes problems for offensive line blocking schemes up front. Only a sophomore. I noticed that he's starting to get some, major recruiting attention, and it's well deserved. Freshman linebacker Michael Graham from Chambers. If you follow social media, he had that one-hand interception and scrimmage against South Point out of South Carolina in the preseason. He's come in, he's made a good impact on a good team early, and he's just, going to continue, to ascend to a really good player in his career for sure. I hope I got this right, Big Eye Shelby. Vontrez Birch from Independence. He wears number 3. He made some big catches on the outside and showed some good speed as well. I thought he was an impressive player. I'm going to bring on Big Eye. Let me see if he got something to say about him. All right. Can you tell me something about Vontrez?
Oh, yeah, man. Vontrez Birch, man, very good receiver, man. He started at Independence as a freshman. Then he made the move to Chambers. Then he ended up coming back to Independence for his last year, man. He's been pretty consistent all year long. He's been able to be more explosive, get more. He's been able to get more touches as these last couple of games go. Had a very good game against Charlotte Catholic. Then followed that up with another good game against Providence. Vontrez, man, he bought into what we was doing here at Independence. He's done everything we asked him to do. Very good kid. And yeah, man, he's great blocker. I know that doesn't get highlighted a lot with receivers. He's very physical on the perimeter when blocking. Great team player, man. And yeah, man, we happy to have Vontrez.
All right, good stuff, man. Appreciate that. Okay, and then Elijah Barber from Myers Park. I just saw he had a really good game. I think he had 13 tackles and an interception against Olympic. Took a look at his film. Run supports well, and he shows good ball skills overall and pass defense. Defensive lineman Jerome Triplin from Mallard Creek. Really liked his film. He has great get off at the snap, and I really like the way he uses his hands well to shed blocks and get penetration on the defensive line up front. Defensive lineman Davidson Springs, big number 55 from RG Kill. He was impressive to me when I saw him against Myers Park. Really good size, about 6'4", I think 250 pounds. Penetrates the gaps to cause disruption against offensive linemen. Really, really good player. Ladarian Lynch from South Meck, wide receiver, just committed to Johnson C. Smith. Congratulations to that young man. He's an athletic player that can do some special things with the football in his hands. Athlete Keelan Shelton from North Meck. I saw his film over the summer when he was receiver playing 7-on-7, but as a freshman, they put him kind of like at that edge position, and he is really fast coming off the edge and causing some disruption in the backfield on defense. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes and progresses in his career. And then finally, running back Fettying Turner from Palisades. He's a speedy playmaker that can catch the ball out of the backfield and return kicks also. Tonight, I would like everyone watching, if there's a kid in Charlotte that's done great things and not getting enough recognition, I'd love for you to share that in the comments. And we'll go to those comments throughout the show and make sure those kids are highlighted for what they're doing on the field this season. So those are tonight's Pep Man's players. Once again, they're sponsored by Rock Solid Training. Make sure you reach out to Kenneth McClamrock, the engine, if you need some one-on-one training, and he'll get you scheduled and get that going. You can send him a DM on Twitter at Kenneth McClamrock, his name. All right, so that's that. On the comments, we'll get those in. So D-Boy's in the house. There's Jay to connect. Good to see you, man. Let's see here. Jason McNeely says, hope all is well. Things are about to get crazy. Oh, they're already crazy. Already crazy. Let's see here. All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Coach Hawk. Michael Griffin. Yep, linebacker. Thank you for that. All right. I'm gonna bring the guys back because we're gonna talk about let's talk about RPI and take a look at where things are right now. I'm gonna get that up on the screen. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so right now we got in the 4A West, we got Weddington at 1 now. Last week it was at Watauga was at 1, but now it's Weddington, followed by Huff, Watauga, Grimsley, and Lake Norman as the top 5. Now, like we talked about before, Weddington is probably going to be favored in the rest of their games. So is Huff. So they're probably going to look to be top seeds because of their strength of schedule. You see their opponent's winning percentage. Weddington's at 73, Huff at 66. Watauga's a little lower at 58. And they've got that game at the end of the season we talked about last week against Ashe County. That could be kind of an interesting game right there. Grimsley, they play in a conference that's not so strong, so they're probably going to kind of stay where they are. But Lake Norman has Mooresville. You see Mooresville down here at 9. So the winner of that game will get the number 1 seed out of that conference, and then the number 2 team will end up as a wild card, but they'll probably end up with a first-round home game. So teams that look pretty good, Sun Valley, they still should finish high enough to get a home playoff game. West Forsyth has looked pretty good overall. And then some of these usual suspects, East Forsyth, is up there. Porter Ridge, even though Davie County lost, they're still in a pretty good spot. So the top 16 teams, if you never looked at this, there's 32 teams that get in. So you can kind of count on, for the most part, the top 16 teams will get first round playoff games. Interesting here, Cox Mill at 3-5, solidly in at 17. Why? Because their opponent's winning percentage is high. It's almost a 75. I mean, they've played a lot of good teams, and that's really helping them here to stay in the playoff hunt, even though because of their record. Same thing with Reagan at 3-5, pretty high opponent's winning percentage. And then you scroll down some teams on the bubble. North Meck, Hickory Ridge is still in it at 2-6 because of their opponent's winning percentage at 75. I mean, you think you're 2-6 and you think you're out of it, but they're in right now at 30. And then North Meck, A.L. Brown's on the bubble. And then on down the line here, probably Providence is real close. So if you're one of those teams, South Meck, the loss to Ardrey Kill really hurt them last week. So one of those teams. And see, look at West Cabarrus though, 1-8, but then a 65 opponent's winning percentage. They're not that far out at 1-8. It's crazy. But anyway, so that's what 4A looks like. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but we'll do 3A and we'll go through all of them, but we won't spend a lot of time. I just want to give you an idea on where these teams are right now. We'll see in 3A, Crest, Kings Mountain, top 2. We've had them, really high ranked all season in the state. But one of them will win that conference, and the other one will be a very high wild card. And Hickory is looking good with Coach Glass. And then we talked about West Charlotte, their opponent's winning percent. Well, it's not as high as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty good. Dudley, Northwest Cabarrus, and J.M. Robinson getting ready to play a big game that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. You see Northwest is at 7, Robinson's at 11. That'll get settled on the field. And some teams on the bubble in 3A right now. Let's see, Hunter Huss at 26. They got to keep winning games. West Rowan at 29. Lake Norman Charter at 30. There's West Iredale at 32. Ashbrook at 33. Literally the first team out in 3A West right now.
And Lake and Pep too. Just want to add to it. Lake Norman is they don't qualify for the playoffs. So
that's what I was thinking. I don't know why they were in here. They shouldn't even put them in here if that's the case. Because that's like it's confusing for everyone else. So if you take them out, then Ashbrook's in.
Yep.
So it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
And the good thing about Ashbrook, they've already been able to play. Well, I think they got Crest left, or maybe Kings Mountain.
Yeah, Kings Mountain. They play them tomorrow.
Yeah, then Hunter Huss has to play Crest tomorrow.
Yeah, and Ashbrook will be a tough first round out, right?
You got to come play. That ain't going to be one of those teams you can say, okay, well, it's a 32 ranked team. Even though they're ranked 32, their record's not. They're starting to pull it together. So
yeah, I mean they've got good talent, and I saw them last year when they went to the playoffs. They went up to Northwest Bears, and they were like a 28 seed, and they were leading in that game. And think in the third quarter, the Northwest Bears were able to come back. But to your point, yeah, it won't be an easy first round game for somebody. And then West Mex at 38, they're out right now, so they got some work to do. And that's I think that's about it for our area. Okay, let's look at 2A. Okay. All right, so for 2A, we got Forest Hills at number 1. Wow. See, this is what people get mad about. Monroe beat Forest Hills head-to-head. But then you got Forest Hills at 1 and Monroe at 3. So it's kind of crazy, right? But the thing about it is Forest Hills will be ranked as a wild card because Monroe will win the conference because they got the head-to-head. But that's what people don't like about RPI. It has that weird factor in there that, someone beats someone convincingly head-to-head, but they're ranked ahead of them. So it's not a perfect system, but it's what we got. Salisbury. Oh, go ahead, Coach.
No, I was going to look at. Well, go ahead and talk to him. I'm going to talk about Community School of Davidson when you get to 7.
Okay. All right. Well, you can go ahead and talk because that's what I was getting ready to say.
Well, Community School in Pine Lake played the last game of the season, so the winner of that is actually going to be able to take that number 1 seed because the winner of that will probably be the conference champion in our conference.
Between Community School and
Pine Lake.
Pine Lake. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Pine Lake's 2A. Where are they at? Okay, 13. Okay. Yeah, that'd be a huge game. Let's see. There's North Stanley at 9, Burns at 10, East Gaston at 12. What did you think about East Gaston and Burns last week?
Me?
Yeah.
High scoring game. High scoring game. They got an opportunity to get tested. They responded pretty well. They put up a bunch of good points. And they played a pretty good team. But I think it's going to be tough for them. I know the first half of their schedule wasn't the strongest. So they're starting to get into that meat. And hopefully those kids don't lose confidence losing because sometimes when you go on a run and you win and you do something that's never been done before in school history, it can hurt coming down from that. So knowing that those kids over there, they're built different, meaning they're tough, I think they're up for the challenge. And I think East Gaston has an opportunity to go far in the playoffs. But those tests, I think they play Shelby tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pay attention to that game. That's going to tell you if they're for real or not. Because again, they didn't have the best schedule on the front end. So that might be, and we always talk about scheduling. That's why you schedule tough teams. When you schedule teams that you could beat, sometimes it builds a false sense of security within yourself and within your team. And then you lose, and then you have to face adversity. It just depends on how they responded. But knowing some of those kids over there, they'll respond.
Absolutely. Let's see here. So then in our area, West Stanley's in there. Pretty. What you got, Big Eye?
I say it's surprising me too, seeing Shelby at 23 with their first 4 regular season. I think, like I said, outside of Burns and Monroe, I don't think nobody played 3A and 4A opponents as good as those 3 teams.
Well, if Shelby, because that's a big game now. Tomorrow game, East Gaston, we just talked about them. And Shelby.
They'll beat they're gonna beat the wheels off East Gaston. I don't think the East Gaston game is gonna be close. I think the Burns and Shelby game is gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be good. Why you say that about East Gaston? They're 7-1. I'm saying that because the thing about playing Burns first, we get to see what you do good against somebody that's equal in talent, so to speak. Right. So now we get to see you. And it's one of those where as a coach, you see that, you're like, okay, this is where they hit Burns. And also you get to see the Burns. You get to see both teams with their first 2A test. I think personally, my personal opinion, I think we've seen the best East Gaston team at Shelby in my years there, and they didn't beat us. So I don't think that this team is going to just beat them. I don't think I would be. I'm sure the Shelby coaches are telling them like, "Hey, this is a measuring stick for us and for Burns and for them." They put up 40 on Burns and lost. So I'm sure they challenging the defense, getting the defense fired up to come out and not give up 40 points.
And that's tough to do.
And also, we always have a great game plan against their run game every year, and they have not found a way to run on it.
Mm.
So interesting comment here. Corleone Seville. Y'all are just like Stephen A. and Skip, people that talk no real substance. Man, you're weird. I don't know who you're talking about. He asked you about Burns and Shelby hasn't played anyone after the first 3 games. So
I mean, that's first of all, it's the first 3 games. Shelby and Burns has the same schedule, conference schedule. Shelby, Burns, East Gaston. Your first 3 or 4 games gets you ready for your conference schedule. It's either going to hurt you or it's going to help you. I mean, it's no different than the position we won. Like, I mean, yeah, East Gaston won't stand a chance.
They'll be by 42. Okay. Wow. All right, Corleone.
Yeah, Corleone on one. I hate you, big fella.
Yeah.
With them keyboard, with them keyboard tapping fingers. I see you, big dog. But the reality is this, and this is it. Like, I mean, we're up here talking high school football. I mean, you know, having fun, trying to highlight these players, man. It is not that serious. The second piece of that is East Gaston and Shelby game is going to hold a lot more weight than as you could if you look at the RPIs, because whoever wins that game, they're going to flop.
Yeah, because what's going to happen? The winner, East Gaston has to win it to move up higher, and Shelby has to win it to move up higher.
So to the point about scheduling, East Gaston, you look at the opponent's winning percentage. 39. I mean 40 basically, but still, it's pretty low. So they got to keep winning to stay up high.
Well, that goes back to what we talked about in
go back to strength of schedule.
Strength of schedule.
But they're still high at 12. That's high for them. Because even though I see Joe's point, Shelby hasn't beat a team with a winning record. However, you playing the top 2 teams in 3A.
And Shelby's still Shelby.
The first 4 weeks, they had a loss against the top. They lost against Crest, lost against Keys Mountain, top 2 3A teams. They lost against AC Reynolds. I'm not sure where AC Reynolds is at right now. I know they had an injury in the key position, and then they beat Olympic.
Yeah.
And then they beat. I know Olympic doesn't have a winning record.
No.
Well, the thing is, Shelby's still Shelby, regardless of what their record is or whatever the case or the projections is. You don't want to see Shelby in the playoffs because the tradition tells you. And
look, they lost to number 1, number 2, and number 14 in 3A.
But cuz listen, the tradition, because don't think once the playoff time come, them former players going to come back. They're going to be talking them boys up, letting them know what the tradition is. And a lot of those kids grew up wanting to play for Shelby. They know what it's about, and they're going to want to turn it on when that time matters. And there's no better time to turn it on than the playoffs, right? So,
and as a former Shelby player and coach, those first 4 games just showed that it has nothing to do with 2-way playoffs. Mm-hmm. It just showed you that this might be a year that, okay, you might not be able to beat a couple of 3A, 4A teams, but you can, but you might not be able to compete with a lot of those. That has nothing to do with the bearings on 2-way playoffs.
Well, look at it like this. Go top 1. Let's go back to 2-way real pep if you don't mind. My bad, but if you look at, and I'm talking Shelby here. Look at the top 10 teams. Do any one of those teams want to really see Shelby in the first or second round? It's gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be tough.
Because potentially, if Shelby beats these Gaston and lose the Burns, Shelby's getting a seed between 20 and 32. They very well may play Burns again.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that before.
Like, yeah, I know years we played Burns again. Maybe they may play one of those top 5 seeds again. We just never know. But the Chevy Burns game will be very interesting this week, though.
Yep. I think Joe just said something about that.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
All right, real quick look at 1A. So our Robbinsville guy, he didn't watch live last week, but he left a lot of comments on the show. He shared that his Robbinsville team was number 1, so we'll share that with Friday night if he comes on tonight. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear that. But then some of the usual suspects up here: Swain County, Mount Airy, North Rowan, Murphy, Starmount, and then Coach, you at 14 right now.
Mm-hmm.
You feel good with that?
Man, we're going to play the schedule in front of us, bro. I actually was talking about, because we had a number 1 seed locked up. Not number 1 seed, but one of the top seeds. Then we ended up taking a tough loss Friday. And it only moved us 3 slots now. We're actually, Bishop McGinnis beat us, and we're ranked higher than them, but they'll still get that top seed. So our boys, our mentality is we're going to play whoever's in front of us. It ain't no such thing. If you got to win a championship, you got to play everybody that's tough anyway. So we might as well get to it first, second round. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Let's see. In our area on the borderline, Bessemer City 4-5. Cherryville. Well, see, this is what we talk about. 1A only has 36 teams, and then some teams just opt out of the playoffs. So most teams, will have a shot to get in. As crazy as it sounds.
Well, the thing about 1A is you have a lot of those charter schools. You got a lot of charter schools. You got a lot of small schools that's not charter schools that don't have football programs. So you're talking about the lowest numbers, because a lot of people knock 1A. Well, you only got this many. Well, there's a reason for it. 1A is built for the smaller schools in the state. So a lot of those smaller schools don't have the numbers to build football programs. You're talking about some teams with 150, 200, 250, 300 students. That's tough to build a football program. So as you see, as the realignment come up and they start playing with the numbers and stuff, you'll start seeing those divisions getting beefed up. But those are the ones that got the football teams. Everyone can't produce a football team. And when they do, and you start seeing the lower half, they're not good because they're struggling with numbers. So it's a lose-lose, but 1A, we just play who's in front of us.
All right. Well, there it is. That's our RPI talk. Once again, make sure you can go to nchsaa.org and then search RPI to look at this yourselves. But we'll keep looking at it as it gets closer, and then we'll start doing possible projections as the season gets into that last week. And then once the playoffs are announced, I will do a playoff special on that Saturday once the brackets are finalized, and we'll go through all the matchups with our area teams, and I'll give you my first thoughts on those games. All right, so now I want to do a roundtable discussion, and I want to talk about a couple things. So the first thing, and I'm going to go solo on this because today the East-West game announced their rosters, and they did not take any kids from Charlotte. I don't think there's any kids from Mecklenburg County as on top of that. And the disappointing thing is there are so many talented kids in Charlotte. And it bears out. You look at Tez Walker, for example, at West Charlotte, and look at what he's doing at North Carolina right now. He was named wide receiver of the week. And he wasn't a Shrine Bowl kid, from what I can remember. And I don't even think he was an East-West kid either. And you have this happen more and more. And it happened so much in the past that the Queen City Senior Bowl was born because of things like this. Now, the Shrine Bowl this year took 6 kids from Charlotte. And, that's considered the top game in North and South Carolina. In my opinion, if the top game can take 6 from the city, the East-West game has not been considered a top game, and they used to play in the summer, but they're moving it to the winter this year. But they took no Charlotte kids. Man, it really boggles the mind. It really frustrates me because I think there are so many talented kids in this city that deserve to be recognized. And the Queen City Senior Bowl roster will probably be released on Sunday. We're trying to get a couple things ironed out to do that because we do a selection show and we'll have to put it together. But look, hopefully we can release it on Sunday, and we'll recognize a lot of kids in the city. But I mean, I'll tell you now, there's deserving kids, and I say this every year. There are deserving kids that won't get in the game just because there's not enough space, and it's frustrating, it's disappointing. But when you see an all-star game that's supposed to represent the whole western half of the state, and they take no kids from the biggest city in the state, it makes you feel some type of way. And, it's not right. So I'll bring in the guys and the producer's here now. So I'll bring him in as well. I got to ask y'all, what do y'all think about that, man? I just don't think that's very cool at all.
Talking about the East-West game that's in Greensboro, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it kind of sucks, man, because I think they go away from, in the past, they try to get kids that's not already like big names or already committed to schools. It kind of was looked at as a game for seniors that need like some last minute film or just another way to get some eyes on them. But when you put it in December, man, you open up the door to get a lot of different kids now, man. It's crazy how the biggest football area in North Carolina has no kids playing the game, and that's it's strange to see. I mean, not one. That's just pretty strange to see.
I got something, Pep. I got something.
Go ahead.
I think because a lot of people think they look at Charlotte like those kids are already taken care of. So when they get opportunity to highlight other areas, they try to do it. But in return, it's kind of like it's a catch-22 because you actually trying to highlight other players. You're actually not highlighting players that need to be highlighted in Charlotte. While Charlotte is a lot of eyes on Charlotte. It's one of the biggest cities in the Southeast region. Of course, it's going to be players going to be highlighted. But it's a lot of kids that slip through the cracks in Charlotte. And those kids deserve the opportunity to be in those type of all-star games too. And I remember this was this year, and they send you the coaches, like they'll send you your nominations. Coaches, get your nominations in. And I always nominate my players. For the last 10 years, I've always nominated them. But not one of my players have ever been selected for that all-star game. And I'm talking about, Elijah Burris is up for the HBCU Heisman. You talking about Gabe Stevens. You talking about some pretty good players that went off and played for some good programs, and some pretty good players that went off and played for some mid-majors. So they never even sniffed them. They never even looked this way. And to not have that happen, I think that we should, when the coaching staff is selected, I think picking coaches from all over the state to represent each area, I think that will bode well.
Yeah, for sure. Producer, you want to say anything about that?
Kind of like just kind of echoing what Coach Washington said. I think it's overcompensation. They're trying to make sure other areas get attention, but you're kind of overdoing it a bit to where you're neglecting the most populated area in the state. So you think it would be somewhat proportional in a way. The most populated area would have a big chunk of representation, but I just think some adjusting needs to happen. They're trying to make sure kids that they feel are overlooked get taken care of, but there's still kids in Charlotte. As popular as Charlotte is, as far as recruiting business and stuff, there's still kids that are gonna get overlooked initially here. So I think this takes someone like CFI to kind of speak up on their behalf and just at least put the word out there and get people thinking, get people talking.
Yeah, well, I put the word out there earlier on Twitter, so some people have taken it and ran with it.
Well, honestly, Pep, And non-bias aside, I'm keeping it real. The Queen City Bowl is a better game anyway.
Good deal.
Yep. It is. It's more. I've seen both because we got to go. We used to have to go up there when we get our coaching certification, and I go for like a quarter. It's boring. It's not a good game, to be honest with you. It's not a lot of fanfare around it for those players because if you're going to play in the All-Star game, it needs to be a fanfare around that All-Star game, right? Because in most cases, these are some of these players' last game, like y'all talked about. Some kids that if they're selecting them so they can get last looks and everything, they don't do a good job of promoting it to start with. And it's not like you're not making a kid feel like they're in the All-Star game. Like on the Queen City Bowl, even the Shrine Bowl, you see kids, they have dinners, they invite families. I know Queen City Bowl had that big dinner where they came out and it felt like the kids was a part of something special. It wasn't just something like, okay, they're going through the process or whatever. So honestly, if they didn't select any Charlotte kids, that's just more kids that the Queen City Bowl can select and highlight the right way.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try. There's only 80 spots, man. There's only 80 spots. And then the other thing is this, and this is where I get frustrated. So the first year of the Queen City, and I'll go solo for this. The first year of the Queen City Senior Bowl, it was just literally Charlotte, literally just Mecklenburg County. And we heard from so many people outside of Charlotte saying, well, you should include, this county. You should include this county and this school. And why is it just Charlotte? So then we put out a survey and said, okay, should we go outside of Charlotte? And everyone, responding for the most part said yes. So then we brought in Cleveland, Gaston, Union, and Cabarrus. And then when we get the chance, if there's a kid that's really doing something special outside of those counties, then we invite them to be a part of the game. So it's kind of like, okay, we've opened our doors, to many more counties, to many more schools. But the response from other people involved in other games is, oh, well, Charlotte's good. Well, that's not how it's supposed to be. And Joe Hughes has a good point right here. It says, simply put, if a kid is good enough to be in the All-Star game, they should be in it. And, you're right, Joe. There is still political stuff going on. There really is, because sometimes, I'll look at some of these games and the selections, and I know for a fact, there are some kids that should be there and, some kids that, shouldn't, for different reasons. But yeah, that's a lot of it. It's a lot of politics that go into this stuff, man. So it's just crazy to me. It really is crazy. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is this moving game stuff. We're moving several games from Friday to Thursday. Big games. I mean, conference championship games. And we're moving them for the chance of a little bit of rain, not a lot of rain, not a tropical storm, not a thunderstorm, just a little bit of rain. What do y'all think about this? Is this the right thing to do for these games?
That's just it. Go ahead, Shell.
I'm about to say, man, I think it's just a lot of it just turns into a copycat thing, man. They play on Thursday because maybe another team they about to play the following week. And for a big conference championship game playing on Thursday, so you can't come and watch us. We're going to play the same day. But it's kind of how this generation is going, though. It's how with the kids. It's just different, man. I had plenty of games in high school, and it was raining like crazy. It may suck your offensive coordinator can't feed the ball to the receivers. Oh, what, man? Just play the game in the rain. If your fans are who they say they are and they love you how they say you are, man, just play the game. It's just a little rain, man.
I think it's like a bit of an overreaction to me, because other than like lightning or like sometimes when we have like literally a tropical storm or something like that, if it's not like a torrential downpour called for or like thunder and lightning, I think football, I'm gonna I might sound old or like a boomer here, but I think football is made to be played in the elements, whatever it is. If it's snowing, rain, whatever. And yeah, you're right. It might slow the game down. Might not be as much throwing, but hey, both teams got to play in it. So it's not like it, I guess if a team is more of a running team, they might have an advantage, but everybody has to play in it. So unless it's a big event like a tropical storm, something that could be really catastrophic, some kind of flooding, I say play it, man. A little rain is fine.
Yeah, and I think I want to add to that. And I don't want to sound old, but it is what it is. The society we live in is trying to protect these young student athletes or young people, period, from adversity. We got to let them go through some adversity. It's nothing better than playing in the rain, loading up the box, some good smash mouth football. Because if any of those kids got any aspirations of playing college ball, that's what they do. They don't cancel games unless it's lightning. You got to play in the rain. So line them up, let them play in the rain, and like Shelby said, you know what? Just you can't feed your receivers. It's good. Like look at what Austin just said. Austin Trotter, pull his comment up, Pep. Look, and that's saying the man that got the number 5 ranked running back in the country. So yeah, I'm gonna call Coach Trotter tonight because we play in the rain. I'm gonna get some tips from him, and we're gonna do our thing. But hey, let them face some adversity. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't gonna hurt them.
A couple other comments on this. Coach Haverkamp, suck it up, buttercups. It's football. Oh man, Joe Fairbank, let them grow up to be men. Well, there you go.
Which is the whole point of high school football.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Let's see here. Joe Hughes. Business of the sport, no matter what I believe. Funny thing, this is a largely new phenomenon. That was what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, I don't
producer,
remember that.
We played in dang on Tropical Storm against Concord.
Yeah.
2 games that night. It was that game, and then Central Cabarrus was playing somebody. They literally, Football Friday night was 2 games. Like they showed like a whole quarter of the game, like incomplete passes, and
I remember that.
Man, that was funny. Summer Blevins says you're 100% right. It's getting close to playoffs. These teams want to have a chance to go see another team. They may have to play. Let them play in the rain. And yeah, exactly. When you used to play in the rain, it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun, man. Almighty. We used to practice in the rain. They don't even do that anymore. Nobody practices in the rain. We used to go do Supermans when we were sprinting. Then they blow the whistle. You had to slide on your belly.
Well, hey Pep, I'm gonna tell you something about playing in the rain because practicing in the rain. I used to always practice in the rain up into COVID. Because after COVID, if a kid get a cough like during COVID, they get sick and get the sniffles. They write them out for 2 weeks. So we stopped doing that at COVID, but we need to bring that back.
Tim Pride says, I think the main reason is gate money and homecoming games. Well, yeah. There's some motivation for that, but still, at the end of the day,
This has been going on all season, though. People have been doing this.
But it's not even a lot of rain, though. It's not like it's like a torrential downpour. Like, literally, the news said it was going to rain before the game and then be cleared at 6 o'clock. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Britton Vine says that's the best football. Yeah.
In the element.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you're like an air raid team, I guess you wouldn't like it, but
Coach them up. Coach them up.
Yeah, man, ain't never hurt. A little rain ain't never hurt nobody, man.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Jason McCrory, he's got a lot of schools don't want the field torn up.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a consideration.
Man, it's all right. It's grass. It'll grow back.
You ain't never been at Harding, have you?
Yeah, he hasn't.
hey,
it's good now, though. It's good now.
Have you seen our field of Independence? We probably got the worst field in the state.
Is that bad now?
That means it's mud then, because there's some bad fields out there.
Right now, I feel, man, ask somebody that's played there. I feel ain't what it normally looks like this year.
All right. Well, that's the end of the roundtable. I was going to discuss about motivation for big games, but we're short on time. So we're going to jump to our Week 10 previews, which are still not sponsored, sadly. That's all right. If you want to sponsor something for the playoffs, man, reach out. Let me know. I think that'd be great. So we can continue to help kids, especially in Charlotte. All right. First off, Northwest Cabarrus at J.M. Robinson. This is essentially the South Piedmont Conference Championship. This is one of the games that got moved to Thursday. It's a big game. It's a 7 o'clock start. And Shaquan from us will be there to get highlights and pictures. So we'll be on the lookout for those. Going into this game, both teams are undefeated. We just saw the RPIs. They're both high in the RPI. Northwest Cabarrus was 7. J.M. Robinson, I believe, was 11. So the winner of this game will win the conference, and they'll get the higher seed. And then the loser will end up being a wild card team for the state playoffs. I had both of these teams ranked pretty high starting the preseason. Northwest Cabarrus led by Coach Eric Mormon. He's got a 4-year starter at quarterback at Alex Walker, who's done a great job all year long. The engine, Kenneth talked about Northwest Cabarrus' defense during our Punt or Huddle Up segment earlier this year on how impressive they were all season long. Now, you look at J.M. Robinson, they have a really good quarterback themselves in Isaac Lee, who's done a really great job, and Coach Seidel's first season at J.M. Robinson. The big thing about them is they can run and pass equally well. Northwest Cabarrus can do it as well. Northwest Cabarrus is strong on defense. J.M. Robinson has played very well defensively also. When you get into these kind of games, J.M. Robinson at home, they're going to be super motivated to go out there and do a good job. The big key for this one, Northwest Cabarrus was tested when they played A.L. Brown earlier this season. J.M. Robinson, they had, a test early in the season against Hickory Ridge. Both of these teams, have kind of had, some easy games, and they haven't been put in a pressure situation. So the team that reacts best to being under stress, especially early, I think will have a really strong chance of pulling this game out. And I'll be interested to see how they react to that situation. You guys have some thoughts on this game? Well, it is going to be a big one. Now, we will not do a show Thursday night. There will be no CFI After Dark on Thursday, but we will talk about it Friday. I can't do 2 CFI After Darks. So, another big game. We kind of talked about it earlier. Shelby taking on East Gaston. Both of these teams are still ranked in the playoffs in the RPI we looked at earlier in 2A. This is also a Thursday game that was moved from Friday. East Gaston played well last week at times against Burns. They lost that game 56-42. And then Shelby has played well throughout conference play, as you referenced earlier, Big Eye. Thoughts on Shelby and East Gaston?
Oh, man, I think it'll be a good atmosphere for East Gaston, like it always is. Their fans are some good fans. Some of the best fans around, win or lose. But I think Shelby comes in and handle business pretty convincingly. I think it'll be over pretty early.
Why so confident for Shelby?
It's down to the nitty gritty, man. I think they have the team intact the way they want it to be right now. Struggle early with new guys in different positions. So now when you are a team that has new starters, different guys in different positions, it takes a little while. It takes a little while to get guys the way you want them. And I just think East Gaston's strength of schedule is not what it was to make them feel like they're pretty much a big time 2A contender right now. I mean, you see them with Burns. I believe they can score the ball. Yeah, yes, they can score. That's a good thing, but it's going to be one of those is that it's not going to be back on quarterback play. I think Land Farmer comes out. He's pretty comfortable right now. I think he comes out, have a good night, and that'll be the separating piece because the defense is going to do what it does.
I think if Shelby comes in overconfident, East Gaston can shock him. The key thing is if they feel like they can beat him, don't go in there with the big head. Because on the flip side of what we talked about earlier, they are playing with a certain level of confidence. They're at a place that they've never been at before, and just be careful about that momentum stuff. And if you go in there and act like, I mean, we did it last week at home. We went in like, hey, we're better than this team. They caught us off guard. Not comparing the two, but just saying we're still dealing with student athletes. We're still dealing with young men with emotions and stuff like that. No matter how talented they are, if their mentals aren't right, it could be a shocker. But I do understand what you're saying, Big Show.
I think it's almost like a prove it game for East Gaston, because the talk around them is kind of been, like you say, people have said, oh, they got a favorable schedule. It really is good as their record. So now they got a chance to kind of shut those naysayers up. So
hey, don't forget to mention Duck and Smoke. I heard people say that too. I'm just telling you what I heard.
People, huh?
People, yeah. Damn people.
Nobody specific. All right.
Oh, God.
Nobody in particular.
Okay.
Joe Hughes says the key will be the East Gaston pass rush and Shelby quarterback Lynn Former in the pocket. If he's comfortable, it will be a long night for East Gaston. Also, Joe says Shelby has averaged 60 plus against East Gaston the past 3 years.
But East Gaston got the better quarterback. I'll stand on that.
Nah, I doubt it. Oh, yeah,
really?
Talking with the sheriff here, yeah, he is pretty good. He is pretty good.
Nah, I'll stand. I'm saying it's not really known to Shelby kid, so I apologize to anybody.
I think the sheriff kid is better. Yeah, he's a senior. He's been there, but he don't have the better talent around him.
But sometimes it can take one player. That kid's special, man. If you put the Sherelle kid anywhere else, man, he's blown off the charts.
Yeah, I believe it, but I don't think. I mean, he was good the other 3 games we played him too.
But see, he's older, mature. He's not the same kid his junior year that he is his senior year. That kid can pass the ball. He can run the ball. He has a high football IQ. So, and I mean, I wouldn't sleep on the Sherelle kid, man.
Oh no,
he's special.
I mean, the kids know him. Kids know him football, basketball. I just think the talent around him this year is not as good as it was this past 2 years. Now he's still gonna make plays because that's the type of guy he is, but I think Shelby wins pretty convincingly.
Producer, you think we should go?
Yeah, y'all left last time.
I was just gonna say we went before. I don't know. Maybe we should give it another shot. We did try it before.
So it's not too far from y'all.
Hey, go ahead and go. I think East Gaston in the upset. Yeah.
Spicy take.
East Gaston in the upset.
If I was a betting man, I'll tell you put something on.
You can be a betting man at any time, though. That's the thing. You can start being a betting man at any moment.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet something on that.
What East Gaston got in concessions?
Go find out. That's more of a reason to go.
I thought y'all would know.
I think they got good hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
It's a long drive for a hot dog, man.
Now they probably got more than a hot dog.
We need a specialty, some kind of pulled pork sandwich or something.
Well, they fans are super nice. I will tell you that.
Oh, they got the best fans in the state. Some of them. Some of the best fans in the state. I ain't mean it like that. I mean like
I'm being serious.
Top 5. Top 5 best fans. That's what I mean.
Football go. We don't really like them in basketball. But football go, they got some great fans.
See, Joe already says the bologna sandwiches. I know it's something over there in that concession. I'm telling
you. It's just a flat hot dog.
Hey,
hot dog.
Man, hey.
Are y'all betting, man? Are y'all gonna make a bet right here on there?
I can't bet money, but my pick is East Gaston, and I'm standing on that.
I don't know if I put that game in the pick 'em, but we'll see.
I'm doing a faller.
Hey, put it in there. Put quadruple losses.
Oh man,
God,
that's some high stakes.
Man, let's go. Let's go, East Gaston.
And that'll be on me and him. So whatever the double loss game is, we'll add the East Gaston game for quadruple losses.
All right, hey, I'm telling you, them boys, because you have to understand, like East Gaston team has been built from the JV.
Man, listen,
like them boys been playing together for years.
Listen,
them some gritty kids, man.
Listen, they got whooped on JV every year we played them too.
Them kids older now.
Yeah, our kids older.
Man, let's go East Gaston. Man, listen, I'm all in with East Gaston. Let's go East Gaston. Let's go.
Joe also, I didn't know this was going to be the game of the night. Joe said Shelby also must stop the run. East Gaston's play action is unstoppable.
This is what I'm saying. Pat, what's the running back that played there that made the East-West game? He made the Queen City Senior Bowl last year.
Who?
The running back for East Gaston. He made it last year. The white kid, he won number 5. He went to Emory and Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, he went to North Carolina Westland. And he's killing, by the way.
Think about that. They have no kid that's better than him, and he cannot score on us.
The quarterback.
Listen, in the playoff game, it might have been 2 years ago. In the playoff game, he scored his only touchdown in like a kickoff return that didn't count. Now, the game prior in the regular season, he scored 4 times. Justin Hill scored 2 or 3 times on us. They have no kid on that team better than him.
Trent, I'm telling you, the quarterback.
I know how good a quarterback is. He was there, but I'm telling you.
All right, producer, we're gonna go tomorrow.
Go to the game, Pep. Go to the game, and I want you to tell me what the score is. Tell me what the final score is.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. If he was anywhere else, right, like the big glamour schools, like a Providence State, he'd be the number 1 quarterback.
I'm not taking nothing away from the quarterback.
He's one of the top quarterbacks in the state of North Carolina. I've watched this kid. This kid is a beast.
He's a good quarterback, but he's not going to beat him. That's all I'm telling you. He's a good quarterback. He's not going to beat him.
They don't like and this is me. There's no knocking anyone from Shelby, but when he step on the field, he's going to be the best player on the field.
Stop it.
I'm not. Like, I'm dead serious. See,
he's not the best player on the field. Probably the best quarterback, but not the best player.
Okay, man. All right. This kid,
Hey, I am intrigued now by this game. I hadn't really been thinking about it.
I'm calling right now. I'll call it right now. If my boy Land Farmer has time, Isaiah Bridges has 3 touchdowns by halftime.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah, we got to probably make this call this audible and make this move.
Yeah, I mean, I told the Kings Mountain people I was going to.
Hey, don't tell them. Hey, I'm telling you. If Land Farmer has time, Isaiah Bridges has 3 touchdowns by half.
Stop. Trent Sherrill will be the best player on that field tomorrow. Watch.
Joe says Isaiah Bridges is the best player.
I'm telling you,
come on, Joe.
Don't do it. Wide receiver. Come on now. Who's going to guard him? Who's going to guard him?
Joe, you with the Gaston Gazette, not the Shelby Star.
No, Joe is a realist. Joe's a realist, man. That's all.
Let's go Gaston County. This is our last chance to beat the Cleveland County team. I'm all in with Gaston County. I don't care what school I'm at right now. I'm all in with Gaston County. Let's go East Gaston.
Pep, he's saying that like Hunter Huss don't play Kings Mountain tomorrow and Asbrook play Chris. I think. Or Hunter Huss plays Kings Mountain, right?
They play Crest. Ashbrook plays Kings Mountain.
That's crazy. There's 2 more Gaston County games tomorrow. So what you saying?
I didn't know those games was moved to Friday. My bad.
No, they Thursday. Those are tomorrow.
I mean Thursday. I didn't know they was moved to Thursday. I'm just looking at what I see.
Hey, matter of fact, I'll buy your lunch Friday if they beat them. Whatever you want.
You do what?
You sure about that?
Him? Yeah, you and your DC. Since Josh Mills my guy, I will buy you and your DC lunch.
I'm sending you the wings, etc.
Whoa. Hold on now. This is what we got here now. Summer says this.
I'm telling you, he's not going to pay. Man, look, dog.
Hey, Summer doing it. See, hey, Pep, that's a good – because, look, Summer could throw down. I'm just telling you. Just by the way, I don't want what's in her restaurant. I want her to cook. Like, yeah, that's what she do. She know what I'm talking about. She throw down, bro. Throw down. But
Joe, wherever you want, man. Hey, I'll come down there Saturday and we can go. I'll take you and Mills out to JR Cash.
Is that the spot that charges for the sauce?
Yes.
No, we want to go to Wing, etc. I want them extra crispy too.
That's fine. He not make the wait. We can make the bet live on air.
All right. We got other games to talk about now. Hey, man.
Let's go, East
the whole
Gaston.
segment right there.
Let's go, East Gaston.
We got like 5 minutes left.
Man,
Hey, go.
that's good.
All right, real quick, and it wasn't supposed to be, but it's gonna be quick now. Raven Gap hosting Providence Day. They're both undefeated on the season. Raven Gap ranked as the #1 team in Georgia per Max Preps. Max Preps has Providence Day ranked #2 in the state of North Carolina. Both of them super impressive this year, scoring a lot of points and not giving up very many points. Max Preps predicts this game as a 49-40 win for Providence Day. Just insane offensive production for both of these teams. We highlighted Raven Gap a couple weeks ago when they played Charlotte Christian. They have the strong star receiver from Georgia Tech, and then they have a quarterback who's got multiple D1 offers. They're more balanced this year from a running and passing standpoint. And then, of course, we know what Providence Day can do, especially on offense with Jaden Davis and all of his guys on the outside, Channing Goodwin, Jordan Shipp, and then Lucas Santwire at linebacker, leading that defensive charge led by defensive coordinator Coach Coro. It's going to be a heck of a football game in a great environment. And my prediction is they're going to play twice. It's going to be their first meeting. And then when they do the private school playoffs, they're going to meet again for, I think, private school championship, in my honest opinion. The common opponent is Charlotte Christian. Raven Gap beat Charlotte Christian 28-13. Providence Day handled Charlotte Christian last week by, I think, like 28 points at Charlotte Christian. Super impressive victory for them. That's going to be a really impressive football game Friday night. It's on the short list for Friday. I'm glad they didn't move this game. Because I think it's really going to be a special game, and I might be there by myself on Friday. Hadn't decided yet.
Hey, Pep, you remember when I was telling you about when everybody was gassing up on the Charlotte Catholic and Providence Day game?
Yes.
Providence Day big. I told y'all that back then.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Charlotte. The only thing might affect it is the fact that it's raining. And they can't throw around the ball. That's the only thing. If that plays a factor, it's going to be tight. But Providence Day got too many weapons because we're gassed up a lot of opponents because Providence Day haven't really played anybody except Northwestern. So we got to gas up everybody they play. This ain't even a close game. They got the players, they got the coaching staff. Like Providence Day is absolutely loaded. Providence Day by big.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll see. Speaking of big, there's a big game at Chambers Friday night. Game did not move. And it's a grass field. How about that? Where's my Coach Hawk? Let me see your comment earlier. We were talking about the fields. He said Chambers Field after rain is horrible. But they ain't moving the game. They're playing on Friday night. I commend them for
make more money on Friday night with that game, man, if everybody moving to Thursday.
Yeah. And West Charlotte is traveling like crazy. You remember the crowd producer at Mallard Creek?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they filled it up. They filled up the whole wayside.
Like old school.
Yeah. West Charlotte's definitely going to travel, especially with how their season's going this year, and they're having a good season, and they get to play a lot of these teams and try to get some get back.
Friday night, my bad, man. I saw you there, and then we were on a roll, so I forgot to add you in, man.
It's all good. I forgive y'all, man. I forgive you.
Are you? Do you got sunglasses on at night,
bro? I'm in my car, bro.
That make it worse.
No, these ain't no sunglasses. These are my glasses, bro.
Oh, okay. My bad, brother.
It's all good, man. What's good, man?
You know I got to mess with you. You coming up?
Oh, I know. I'm ready to see you Friday.
Oh, y'all play Carver?
Yeah, we gotta go up there.
Oh.
Hey, what time you getting up here Friday?
In the middle of a segment, man.
He want to know the travel plans.
Right.
No, I want to meet him. You know what I'm saying? I want to, No, finally introduce myself.
Okay, we can do that after the show. We got
Friday night. He'll be there.
Okay. My bad.
He gonna be there.
Sound like
My bad, Pep. My
Sound
bad.
He left you in the background. They ain't gonna.
Sound like you want to have a beer before warm-ups.
What's how you gonna get there?
You want to have a beer real quick.
Meet me on the 50. I'll be there.
Hey, behind the building.
Bring a paper bag.
I got that yak. Come behind the building.
What's good, everybody? What we got? What we got going on right now?
Where's Charlotte at Chambers, man? Where's Charlotte at Chambers?
Right.
Oh, I got Dub C 22 Chamber 20.
Whoa.
That ain't a controversial pick. West Charlotte got the better defense.
Mm.
I mean, either way, I got Dub C.
Hey, that's arguable. You can argue that
Where?
with the way
How?
Chambers been playing. You can
Okay.
argue that.
Okay.
I understand that, but hey, I think it's a matchup thing. West Charlotte match up with Chambers.
I've seen both teams. Let me think about that. I was gonna put them about even to me.
Hey, I will say this:
Who's
since
the
the
more
game is at Chambers, I'm going Chambers, baby.
Well, who's a more physical team? I watch both of them too. Who's a more physical team?
Hey, Big Eye Shelby.
Yeah,
You say the game is at Chambers?
yeah.
But Dub C is Dub C. They won't be intimidated by their environment.
Nobody. When I say the game is at Chambers, I'm not saying they're being intimidated by the environment. I'm just saying it's favors to Chambers because I feel like they play great at home.
Oh, okay. Well, they're gonna lose Friday.
Hey, you see Hawk? Hey, pull Hawk up. That's my guy. Hey, Hawk.
Hawk,
Hey,
make sure y'all put that video.
Hey,
Make sure y'all put Friday night in the video. Friday night.
Much respect to Coach Hawk.
Again, say what you said about Chambers again, Hawk, so I can put you in the video.
Go ahead.
Look,
Much respect to Coach Hawk, but I got Dub C Friday, baby.
All right, you're gonna be in the video. All right, South Point at Northwestern is a big game in the upstate South Carolina. South Point's lost 2 games. Northwestern only lost to Providence Day earlier this season. 2 athletic teams, 2 well-coached football teams. I really think you're talking about physical games. This game is going to be really physical. Both teams with large offensive lines that come off the football really well. I think the key for both teams, honestly, is big plays. I mean, they got guys that can get out in space and do some big things when they get the ball in their hands. The team that's able to limit the big plays over the top, the best. They got to tackle well in space. That's going to be the team that wins this game for sure. All right, comments, because we got a lot of them. Tim Pride says Friday Night Fowler needs to be drug tested.
Man.
Tim Pride, what up, baby? Say I need to be drug tested. Look at my record.
Well, we're going to get to that in a minute. Yeah, we definitely going to get to that. Summer Blevins says these boys have fought all season. This is a big game. We have family over there. It's all love, but my guy's going to handle business. All right. Hawk also says my boy Friday Night Foul about to learn. Well,
hey.
I guess you're going to learn something. Okay. Joe Hughes says Pep only gave him more time to sing sweet lullabies than some snow bunny's left ear.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
We never did discuss in detail your Las Vegas trip either.
I don't think.
I mean,
hey, not on the show. Not on the show.
Hey, what stays in Vegas? What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. Tell them.
Hey, shout out to South Point, man. I think South Point gonna get the job done, man. Shout out to South Point.
But hey, Coach Doug, I put a lot of my business on Facebook, man. So we can discuss.
All right, we'll say that for later. Let's move forward with the show. I'm sorry, that's my fault. I'm sorry. All right, prediction records. Friday night, perfect week last week.
Damn, Joe coming for me.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
Wait, hold on. How the hell am I ranked lower than the engine? I got the better win record.
You 4 games under.
Who been losing for me? This is them double loss games, man.
And all y'all went 1-5 last week. All
Hey,
y'all
boy.
pick the same game.
All I got to say is they don't call me Friday night for nothing, baby.
Oh, that's about luck. You dealing with kids.
Oh, nobody want to hear that now. Nobody want to hear that, bro. Remember that.
Hey,
I'm on the show for a reason. Remember that, brother.
Hey, Jamal. Me and Coach Doug got a bet. He said East Gaston gonna beat Shelby tomorrow.
Hell no.
Hey, I bet him dinner, so I need my pregame meal Friday, baby.
Well,
Shelby by 2 touchdowns.
Summer says she's gonna cover it for us.
You said
You
Shelby.
hear what I said?
Oh,
She's
You
gonna-
hear what I said?
Yeah.
Shelby by 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
I've lost total control. Yes.
What kind of restaurant does Summer have?
Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
They're not locked in on the goal, Joe.
What's up, Joe? How you doing?
Thank you,
Bro-
Keisha, for repeating.
Hey, Joe.
Thank you, Keith. How you doing?
Up there though, y'all. Y'all better be careful.
Well, you know, Joe's trying to get cute when it's bogging season. It's starting to get cold out here. And pull that
Hey,
bogging
this
out.
time of year, baby. Best time of the year, the boots come out, baby.
But them Uggs, that's what you like, right? Them
Hell
Uggs.
no. Hell no. You see what I post every day. Don't bring them Uggs up in here.
Hold
Hey,
on, Summer. Hey, Summer. She the manager at Famous
Yeah.
Toast? Or she
Yeah.
own Famous Toasters?
She the manager there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a good spot, man.
Hey,
Ah, yeah, hey.
we're not against rap.
We can double the bet.
We're not against rappers, but we are against those Uggs. Remember that.
What?
Hey, Jamal, socks or no
What is
socks?
going on, man?
What
Socks
you
or
say?
no socks?
What you say Friday night?
What'd you say to Coach Doug?
What you
I
say?
said socks or no socks, because this is
Hold on,
about to tell
what
you
you
how
said
sick
before
you
that?
are. Is it socks or no socks? You take no socks on them boots? With the
Socks,
boots on?
goddamn socks.
What you say before that? What you say before that?
We're not against rap. We're not against rappers, but we are against those Uggs.
Bone Thugs, man. Bone Thugs.
Uggs need love too.
No, the hell they don't. Not for me.
All right. You in timeout Friday night. You in rare form tonight. What in the world?
Oh God.
I might need to request an audit, but I think my record might be correct. But
No, it's correct.
I think so too.
Hey, remind me who I picked, Pep. I need to remember who.
Look
He don't never let us know.
Yeah, y'all pick the same teams.
I'll pick the same. So yeah, that's about right.
We're also simulcast on CBS Sports Network.
We're
Apparently,
moving up in the world, guys. CBS this week.
don't click that.
Yep,
It's
you
not
have
CBS
you have a
Network.
virus. So we about to just pick some blind games, kind of like freestyle.
No,
Yeah,
we
hey guys,
got it right
he didn't
here.
let us know this week's show.
Right.
He didn't let
There's
us
been a
know.
lot going on, man. It's been a lot going on.
Tomahawks.
Straight freestyle in the booth, man. Like don't know what's up.
I'm
All
gonna be
right,
good
here
now.
we go. Week 10 predictions. Northwest Bears at J.M.
Lord
Robinson.
Jesus.
I'm going to take. Whew.
Lord Jesus.
Man.
You know how it feels now, huh? That's what you do every week.
What?
You.
You pick the games, Pep. I would think.
No, I'm talking about to pick. You take like 15 minutes to make a pick.
Oh, that's because I be focused on my game plan.
I'm gonna take J.M. Robinson. Coach Dubs.
Let me go Northwest Bears.
Big Eye.
I'm gonna go Northwest Bears.
Producer.
J.M. Robinson.
Friday night.
J.M. Robinson.
All right. South Point at Northwestern. Coach Dub.
I'm gonna go with Fat J and South Point. So South Point.
Big Eye.
I'm gonna go with my guys over at South Point.
Producer.
Turbo.
Turbo still in school, man. I swear I've been hearing that kid name for like the last 5 years, man. I swear.
He been coming to CFI camp since 8th grade, man.
I feel like
I've been hearing his name for some years, man.
Friday night.
I'm gonna go with Northwestern.
All right, I'm gonna take Northwestern. North Stanley at Mount Pleasant. Big Eye.
Hold on.
I'll allow it because I did not give you a preview this week.
Hold on, let me check something real quick.
All right, producer.
I'm getting North Stanley.
All right.
Producer.
I'm gonna go Mount Pleasant.
Friday night.
North Stanley.
I'm gonna take Mount Pleasant.
Let's go North.
Coach Dub.
Mount Pleasant.
All right, Cox Mill at Hickory Ridge. Friday night.
I'm gonna take the Ridge, baby.
All right, I'm gonna take Cox Mill. Coach Dub.
Man, let's go Hickory Ridge.
Big Eye.
I'm gonna take Hickory Ridge because I need them to help our RPI.
Producer.
But shout out to my little cuz over there at Cox Mill, man, Oxy Donald, man.
All right.
I'm gonna go with our guy, Coach Billups, man.
All right. And the bonus, Raven Gap at Providence Day.
Do we really got to pick this?
Yes, we do. Coach Dub.
Providence Day.
Big Eye.
I'm gonna go with Providence Day, man. Shout out to my guy 5K Gordo.
Producer.
Providence Day.
Friday night.
Providence Day, baby.
I still think it's crazy how they are considered a North Carolina team.
Georgia don't want them. It's crazy. They got to play somewhere. And I'll take Providence Day as well. So clean sweep for Providence Day.
You see what I'm saying, Pep? Do you see what I'm saying?
What?
It was a quick because everybody know who's gonna win. Actually, I'm more intrigued how many points Fowler got on winning by.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know nothing about Raven Gap really, so I'm gonna go with the team.
I really don't do private schools, Coach Dub.
But you know about Providence Day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to. Okay. You want me to put a prediction on the game?
Yes, sir. Need that.
All right. Providence Day 41, Raven Gap 27.
All right.
Hey, that'd be crazy if that's the score.
Hey, you done seen my results, right? I get them right, don't I, Big Eye Tell?
Hey, look, you be getting it right, but a lot of D coordinators gonna call you because you be giving some teams too many points, man.
Hey, man, look, I can't be 100% right all the time. You feel what I'm talking about?
But you could be 99. Tell them.
Damn right. Like I said, they'll call me Friday Night Foul for nothing, baby. You dig what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm talking about?
What happened in that JV game tonight?
Nothing, bro. Hey, man, look, Pep. Hey, look, we alive, we healthy, we doing what we want to do. You got to be enthusiastic about life, baby.
Right,
wise words from Friday night.
You dig what I'm talking about? You feel what I'm talking about?
So we changed the show up tonight. I'll post them in the graphic on.
What's up, Jake and Nick? What's up, baby? What, man? I'm showing love to the people, dog.
You definitely are. Otis Forsyth says, "Oh no, wait a minute, that ain't right." There we go. Providence Day by 4 touchdowns. Wow.
Yeah.
Tim Pride, same as you Friday night. Providence Day by 2 touchdowns.
We didn't get rankings. That means we didn't get to hear about the community school of Davidson and them being in there.
Are they in there?
They wasn't in there again. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
God.
oh man.
Oh man.
Now, depending on what happens these next 2 weeks, they might get in there when the playoffs start, when people start losing. So
they can't win their way in. People got to lose.
As of right now, no.
Man, that's tough.
Hey, man, I'm just being real, baby.
People got to lose.
Sorry about that, Trevion. Sorry about that, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I like that, Joe. That's what's up, baby. Thuggish Rugged Fowler. I like that, baby.
We'll put that on the back of your hoodie. How about that?
Hey, let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
Zach Seacrest says this is the best high school football in Charlotte. Hands down. Y'all had me rolling.
What's up, Zach? Appreciate that, brother.
Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that.
We can't argue with him. Can we? Hey, B, can we argue with him? And it's live.
Nah, we can't argue at all because I pre-recorded and they can't even interact with the audience. So yeah, you're right. We can't argue at all.
Wonkler says every time Friday night start with "I mean" it's going to be something wild.
Good point.
So you didn't put my rankings up here?
No,
couldn't do it without you, man.
How you going? Can't have your rankings without you here.
I mean, look. Well, okay.
Trayvon Gaither's not worried about community school Davidson.
Hey,
so.
Are you sitting in a parked car with a seatbelt on?
Yeah. I'm gonna take it off, man. My bad.
Baby, don't lie from work, baby. You got to stay locked.
Oh man.
Okay.
You must be on that buckle up.
Hey, bro.
Click of the ticket. Tell them follow.
I didn't even realize it, man. You got me, big guy. I got you, baby.
Miss Isaiah, I don't know.
Miss Isaiah, make sure y'all go to her page, click on the link, and buy some merch from my boy Joshua Isaiah, starting true freshman for North Carolina A&T, baby.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Buy the merch, buy a shirt, support the young fella.
Absolutely. Summer Blevins says we should have a meet and greet.
We're gonna have it at Famous Toaster.
We can do it there. Free
Summer, what's up? Let's do it. Let's do a meet and greet.
Let me know.
That is good food, man. I'm not even going.
If you can sponsor it, we'll do it.
Well, this is the thing. I'm telling you, B. Trust me on this. It's not the Famous Toastery food. That woman can throw down. You want her food.
Now, how much time she got? Is she the general manager? General manager back there cooking?
She get gritty. Look.
Look, however it comes, man. It's fine.
As long as it's free, hey, it works for me.
See, she said yes.
Oh, all right. I'll reach out to you. So we might have a meet and greet, guys. I'll bring some shirts. Everybody shows up and get a shirt. I don't know if I have your size, but we'll have some shirts.
That's what we're going to debut our hoodies.
Maybe. We'll see if they get back. If they come in time, I don't know. Let's see here. Anywhere but wings, etc. All right.
Jamal don't even know nothing about that story, man.
I just want to see Big Shelby go back in there. That's what I'm going for. I like wings.
I won't go back in there.
Hey, is the dude from Kings Mountain still the manager there? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I can care less who the manager is there. That was a complete ripoff, man.
Lakeisha, you ain't got no time to come to no meet and greet. I asked you when you could come the next time we have a get together. You said in February.
Man.
Come on now.
Oh, wow.
I know. I see that. All right, y'all want to do slime time?
What? Let's do it.
All right.
I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't even got in the slime, baby.
Freestyle off the top of your head, man.
I'm gonna slime your Uggs comment.
Hey, look, if we didn't do Friday night rankings without Friday night, can't do slime time without Kenneth. It's 9 o'clock.
We did it last week.
Thank everybody for a good show.
Hey, you try to get to that cougar. You've been texting the whole time. I've been watching you, cuz you ain't slick. You know the it's past the cougar's bedtime.
It is after 9 o'clock, man.
Yeah, he gotta get off.
Oh boy, y'all crazy, boy. Y'all crazy. Oh man.
Yeah. Cougar season.
He made a man.
Listen. Hey, tell him, Joe, pull up what Joe said. It's Cougar season, man.
God.
It's cool.
You know when that episode of Law go off, he gotta be on the phone.
Hey, look, it's Cougar season. They play their heat bill. Hey, they keep it warm.
Y'all crazy.
Oh man.
Hey, they keep it warm. They cook for you. This Cougar season.
All right. So no slime time. I'm glad you came back, Big Show. I'm glad you came back. But you know what? This is what goes around comes around. Y'all used to pick on me. We used to pick on producer. We still can. He's still single. But we kind of left him alone. Now Friday night. Now it's your turn.
Hey, you can't pick on me on that now, man. Ben, put a disclaimer out there, man. Coach Weber, Big Weber. Hey, man, I'm just a guy out here focusing on school and ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to keep the main thing the main thing.
That's what's happening.
Oh man,
I have no recollection of what these guys are talking about.
Hey, Tim.
I have no idea about what's going on. Why these guys keep making those animal jokes?
Miss Isaiah.
I will say, shout out to Miss Isaiah. I said it once. I'm gonna say it again. She came through. I believe it was the Charlotte Catholic game and gave us a great pregame meal, baby. We appreciate you for everything you do for the Independence football program.
That's well said.
Everything you've done and can still continue to do. That speaks volumes about your parents when their child is no longer in the program and the parents still support you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as soon as that died with me.
All right. Well, I apologize for the last 7 minutes of the show, but we appreciate you all watching. We'll have coverage from games Thursday and Friday. Apparently, we're going to go to East Gaston tomorrow and get Shelby. And then Friday, I'll go somewhere. Brandon's got PTO. And then next week, I will have PTO. So no game coverage for me, but we'll still do the show Wednesday night.
I'll be out next Friday. I'll be out.
Yes.
Producer will be I'll be out.
Go East Gaston. Let's go.
Whatever.
Hey, before
we
Warriors. Is our bet that you go? I ain't want someone to cover it. I want it to be able to. You got to personally cash out me some money for my meal Friday.
Well, I'm not going to change monetary. Summer got she got the meal for her. She got to cut, and it's going to be better than anything I can get for.
It's going to be whatever I want. Because when I eat free, I go ahead. I never know what I'm going to eat again. So I'll just go ahead and just
steaks and stuff.
They don't got steaks at Famous Toaster, but if they do, she can throw one on there.
They burgers mean though.
I'm gonna try everything out: breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm gonna be eating everything.
Good night, everybody.